Hi, Warriors. Hope everyone enjoyed the Super Bowl. In old AFC Team 1, Super Bowl indicator is bearish. And it's coincidental, probably, that the Dow put in that third drive to a top that I talked about last week. You could see it pretty clearly on the 4 hour. Here was one, here was two, here was three. And the Dow did that with the S&P still making record highs yesterday, and NASDAQ as well. I believe they're going to succumb. We have a gap up in the VIX this morning. Be very careful with risk. I think there's potential for us to sell off maybe to 4,600 in the S&Ps, and that would give us a breakout in the VIX over 1550 that could take us to maybe 20. We'll see what happens there as far as uh, upside momentum there, but I'd be careful. I still think Apple's negative. It's called steady, but under 180, you have a breakdown of a descending triangle. And we all know, how great NVIDIA has looked. We're parabolic up here, we're diverging, but sell the relative weakness, not the strength. And I'd be looking for shorts in the Dow. And then secondarily in NASDAQ, its RSI pattern is not as strong. So let's get to the other markets. We have a big number tomorrow, the CPI. I think it's going to tip the hand and give us direction for the next few weeks in the dollar. I'm flat, and I want to talk a little bit about, I tried just in case the euro. I'm out BE here at 107.67 in front of a binary number tomorrow. I don't see the dollar doing anything wrong unless it takes out 103.80. So the action that we're getting today is positive, and we should make new highs. So remember, I'm looking for 105. We should take out the 104.70 high. We'll see if we diverge. 105.30 is possible. Even 105.80 at 78.6. So my buy zone remains 64 in Aussie. If we get a benign inflation report and the dollar sells off, any rally back to 6.5 is a sell for me. And I'm looking at cable, also looking negative. It was kind of a leader. Maybe this is just a flag. What do you think of that? If it is, I could come up with a count. So let's call this a flag. And so here's your bear flag. Because Euro pound is trying to bottom. Looks like it's trying to come out of the downside of this flag. And what you do to measure flag objectives is you just take the flagpole. So here it is at 127.70. So that's 250. So call it from 126, give you 24.5, 23.5 is my target. You're wrong over the high of the move. That means that we'll head up to 680. But the big position is looking for dollar sales up at 105 to 105.30 in that range. We'll see where the currencies are at when that manifests. You certainly have avoided a lot of aggravation, not trying to be long gold. They even disappointed silver bulls. We were about 30, 40 cents higher. This still looks ugly to me. I think we're going to see the 21 handle in silver. You've saved yourself a lot of aggravation by not being long the gold tiers. I think they're called lower. They are. And I'm trying to be patient, and we're almost there, right? So here's my level. I've been talking about this since we were up here, coming in a little under 25, 460 or so. So we're about 10% away in GDX from where I'm going to attempt long side positions in the miners. If the dollar blows off, we could be there in the next several days. So we'll see what happens down there at 24. I will begin to at least have partial positions there. Out of principle, I'll be buying something. I hear there's some news on a merger on one of the silver shares that I'm covering. I think it's on Endeavor, that there's a merger. There's a merger going on. But I still see no reason to buy Fortuna. Okay, it's still ugly. BTG, Newmont. So we'll just wait for that. Nat gas all the way down to 180. So, what we want to see is a reversal day, which we haven't had all the way down. When I was talking about buying it, I said, wait for the first key reversal. So maybe you never know what day it's going to happen. So far we've taken out Friday's low. And for us to have a key reversal, we need to take out 186, which is quite a bit higher from here, and then close above 186. So you don't have to buy the bottom. Let this market give you a signal. As you can tell, on the daily, we're still diverging. Even with this massive decline, shorter term stuff, we're not. Probably confirming down here. No, starting to diverge down here, only we're under 30. I want to see a new low with the RSI staying above 30. I want to cover yields quickly. That's another reason for thinking the dollar may blow off here and metals sell off. I'm still looking for lower TLT. I've been talking about it since here. This was the employment number. So we were up to a high of 98.60. So far, we've taken the low is, call it 5 handles. So another 5 handles from here could give you about 89. That's where I'd be looking at potentially bonds on the long side, right around this 89 level. So see everyone in the room. Tomorrow's a big day. We'll see what happens with the dollar. Either way, you know what to do. Above 105, you're a seller. And if we start to take out 103.80, we could have a pretty big break that could take us all the way down to 102.30. So CPI, big event tomorrow for the next direction in the dollar. I don't think it's going to be a fade. Write those numbers down, 105, 105.30, turns bad under 380. If the dollar continues to rally, maybe we'll have some decent divergence in the down here in the Aussie, and the yen keeps trying to poke higher. It still has done nothing wrong. Canada, I can't chase it. I think that we could still trade lower down to 33, which doesn't kind of tie in with what you're looking for a dollar. So that's what I'm saying. There is wisdom in being flat and saying, I don't know, instead of pretending you know. And we never really know, but at least we have probabilities. And to me, this could go either way. The trend is saying we'll go higher, but a binary event like the CPI, we could continue the trend. And if it's benign, the dollar could end up correcting. So this is a big trade. I'm really going to be interested in seeing where gold trades, where silver is when gold's trading around 1950, 1960. And you could call this a flagpole too. This was a $50 move, right? So, you're about to take out major support here. Subtract 50 from here, could be 50 more to the downside, and it gives you 1960. And that's a lot higher. When we first peaked up here with this key reversal up here, I was looking for the possibility of 1880. Maybe it'll happen, but gold's been holding up so well that I think this 61.8 level at 1940, it's actually 1938, is going to be a level when GDX is at 25. Don't just count your pips, count your blessings. If you're interested in all the geopolitics happening in the world, in Ukraine, in the Middle East, with China, tune in Wednesday, 10 a.m. I have a great interview with a geo specialist, and she's very well followed, well trained, and we'll have some answers, especially with what's happening in Ukraine with them replacing their general, and with the current U.S. administration beginning to pull away from Israel. So have a great day trading, everyone. Be careful of risk. Remember that we could have this pullback that will not really interfere with a continued bull market that could take us back under the 4,800 level. So be careful. And that's a wrap. See you in the room.